Whoa, so it's actually morning and not the middle of the night. Who is this? And where's the real Jasmine? So today I woke up and my arms were really sore. Now I don't know why, but always the first thing that goes through my head if I haven't been doing actual exercises, oh, that must be the shrinking pain. I have no idea what shrinking pain is, but that's just what goes through my head. It's kind of like my brain's like, ha, so you're worried that you might lose muscle if you don't exercise? That feeling must be shrinking pain. So I don't really know what that's about. Logically though, it's probably the fact that the electric gate didn't work yesterday morning, so I had to take my scooter all the way around to the other gate, and I lifted up the front because there's a bit of a step. It's probably about that high, and the front of the scooter was fine to lift up, but then I got to lifting up the back and oh, that's basically a solid engine in there. So I'm just puffing by the time I've lifted it up, got it through the gate and stopped it from turning in random directions, because the front just wants to go off one way and then it wants to go off another, and it's kind of into the fence on either side, so it took me quite a lot of effort to get the scooter out. Anyway, that's probably why my arms are sore and not some shrinking pain. Seriously, my brain is weird. Anyway, I have a lot of childhood stories and you guys are probably going to hear a lot of them, but the one that I'm going to tell you about today is slightly traumatic and possibly the root of all my trust issues. So when I was about 12, my family decided to buy a rather large Waterbutt, which is kind of like one of those big containers that water runs off the roof and goes into and kind of collects there, like a water tank type thing. And it was cool. We didn't get it hooked up to the house. I don't think it's hooked up to the house now, but it was there and it was really fun to play in. So my brother and I would always climb on up, and I think at the time we actually had like one of those picnic benches like you find at parks and stuff. We had one in our backyard, and the Waterbutt was right beside it, so we'd climb up onto that and then we'd climb into the Waterbutt. And I remember this was probably about near the end of the time where I could actually fit inside, because I remember barely being able to fit my shoulders out. But anyway, my brother and I used to like chilling in that Waterbutt. It was quite big, although not particularly much room, so we both had to stand up. And so we'd chill in there, we'd bring sticks down there, we'd just kind of chat. And my elder brother, my youngest brother, both my brothers are younger than I am, climbed up and saw that the lid of the Waterbutt was off. Now, he's quite a bit younger than me, and he just saw the lid was off, went, oh, the lid usually goes on, so he screwed it on and walked off. And now my brother and I were in the Waterbutt at the time, and we looked up and it was really dark and there was just this tiny pinpoint of light. And we both looked at each other, and I think, although we didn't say it, we both must have been thinking, oh no, we can't get out. Is there enough air? Are we gonna die? And so we both just started freaking out. My brother, being a little bit shorter than me, was just pounding at the sides, and I could reach the top, so I was leaping up and like bashing at the top of the Waterbutt, and we were just like, no, come back, let us out. But of course my brother didn't, and so we were absolutely freaking out, shouting and yelling and pounding at the Waterbutt. And eventually, because it was literally right outside the window, my mum heard the sound, and she came up and looked out the window, and she saw the Waterbutt just bouncing, like we were actually moving the lid up and down. So Mum came and let us out, and we were free, yay! But I have to say, although it was probably only a couple minutes that we were in there, it felt like so long. And after that point, neither my brother or I actually went into the Waterbutt together. We were always going in one at a time, just so there was someone there to take the lid off. As I mentioned, I was getting a bit big for it, so after that we moved on to other things, like setting traps for our music teachers and climbing trees that might or might not have been mostly rotten logs, and reenacting battles with swords, like actual metal swords. Thinking about it, it's a wonder we didn't break any bones or have any serious injuries. Anyway, So that's my traumatic tale. Do any of you guys have any traumatic stories to tell me? Let me know down in the comments, flip me a like or whatever. I mean, I say it every time, but you really don't have to. And enjoy! Bye guys, I'm off to uni because I have a lecture in... This is why I do maths at uni. Oh my god, my brain is slow. 52 minutes. Bye. Wow.
A little bit magic.